right. Friend, my friends. My friends. Friend, my friends.
The kiwi. The kiwi thing.
I feel like I remember seeing the one you just said, though I haven't tasted it.
Yeah.
Hey, Cora.
Yes.
Your character, what was it again?
Elf cleric or human cleric.
Well, maybe there's often
The only thing I don't even know if brain fog is.
I don't know if I have your character because you didn't hand it to me.
so my wife has something
I don't know.
I'll be the wizard if.
Well, I mean, I don't mind. Like, do you? Should I print you out another one, or what's the?
No.
You just have pre-built ones, so it's one of the ones out of the box, not a.
Oh, it was.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't specify that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't remember from week to
only
week.
people that have real characters.
Cleric? You're a cleric?
Yes.
Kyra?
Yes.
Okay, that helps. That helps a lot because I'm like, what the heck?
They're all labeled. They're $3 for the sodas, and then $4 for the monsters, $1 for the water. Sweet.
Do you know what class you'd like to be, my friend?
What are the options?
Just like a regular D&D class?
I don't know them. It's been a while.
Fighter, wizard.
What do you think would be helpful in this situation?
Well, we have a couple that you can be. We have a druid, a wizard, a fighter, a rogue, a ranger.
What is a ranger?
Ranger is somebody who is really good with goodness, how do I even explain a ranger? They are somebody that's more outdoorsy, outback, fighting like woods animals, other things like that. So like Legolas.
I'll be the ranger.
Cool. This guy. Fantastic. Can you be my dungeon master? Yes, I can. Hey, from Raging Rolls crew. How's it going, guys? It's good to see you. We're over at twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV. If you want to come hang out with us while we're online. Super excited. Oh, let me get the microphones on real quick. Yeesh. Let me check my microphones are on. Okay. This one. Yes, that one is on. And then this one. Boom. We should have. There we go. All right. Our other microphone. Darkblade. Hi. How are you? From Twitch. So glad that you guys are here. Oh, we're about to crawl further into our dungeon. If you want a really good view of the maps and the game itself, you can head over to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV, to actually see what the maps look like, who the players are, and have a lot of fun that way. We're going to crawl through this dungeon. Oh, there we go. That worked out. And we're going to tilt our camera to give a better view of some of our players. Awesome. There we go. Can you explain dice? I've never used them or anything, but I like their look. Yeah, dice are really simple. Rolling them, they give you a variable of numbers. In D&D, if you have a set of dice like these, the different numbers are usually for different weapons. So if you're attacking with a dagger, you'd use like a D4 because daggers don't do that much damage, so it kind of caps you out at doing a maximum of 4 damage. Whereas if you're using a battle axe, you'd want to use like a D12 because you get a chance to do more damage, which is really, really fun. So there's that. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for hanging out. And if you want a better view of the game, you can head to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV. We're waiting for my wife, and we're waiting for one other player to get back to the table. We're going to start rolling. Mind giving a brief summary of the campaign before you start the session? Yeah, we have a group of people who are trying to become part of the Pathfinder Society as initiates. The Pathfinder Society is kind of like trying to join the Avengers. They are a group of elite network of heroes, and if you can end up running with them, it comes with a lot of perks, a lot of protection, really cool advantages, very few disadvantages. It's kind of like trying to join Starfleet, but for Dungeons and Dragons. The game that we are playing tonight is going to be Pathfinder 2.0. This is my special edition core rulebook. How pretty it is. Pathfinder is very, very, very good. It's a variant kind of spin-off from D&D, which is really great. And we're just going to kind of dive through. And right now they are going through their first dungeon. They've run into some kobolds that they're going to be hacking their way through. But if they can find out why the catacombs beneath this cathedral have been experiencing noises and weird, creepy sounds, and discover the culprit behind it, they are going to earn some gold and some credibility as they move forward onto bigger adventures, which is really fun. So I'm liking it. Oh, thanks so much for the gamepad, you guys. It's amazing. Again, we've got a lot of people coming over to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV. It's easier for me to read your chats over there. I'm going to use the giant kobold figure. The giant kobold figure is actually just outside the window from where I'm at right now. He's greeting everybody that walks by on the sidewalk, which is really, really fun. So, yes, I'm excited about it. Where did Cora go? She's disappeared. No worries. We said we were getting started, and they were like, all right, let's run away. Super, super fun.
I'm gonna unplug the TV just for a hot second.
What?
Watch the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Oh.
Yes.
I haven't seen
Hey,
it.
babe, can you grab me a bottle of water, please? That would be awesome. And then we're ready to jump in.
You like it?
Frustrating to be ignored. Well, William Bryant, 85, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat. You're not ignored. You're special. You're special. All right. Yes, the table does work. We're plugging it back in. We're getting the map up. Where's? Awesome.
Does it need to just be slim again?
Nope, I've got it.
I watched really big Disney fan.
Right.
Go, babe.
Thank you. Awesome. I am so excited, guys. We're going to get playing tonight. It's going to be super fun. I'm moving some Pokemon cards out of the way. We got some really cool Pokemon cards. Astral Radiance came out. I drew a Rainbow Roxanne, which is really, really fun from the new set. It's here waiting for somebody to pick it up so it can go home. I like it. Okay, awesome. Typing out Tough Dungeon Beast, Mixed Vampire, and Ice Dragon. That's funny. Any advice and suggestions for War Cleric? No, I actually don't understand the War Cleric enough. Individual classes. So, all right, let's get going, guys. Again, if you want to get a better view of the game, you can head over to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV. Come hang out with us over there. Let me know when you guys are ready to sit down and get going.
She's just taking some trash from over it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did you like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Yeah. I'm planning on watching it soon.
Probably do that tomorrow. Make it longer.
You should go home and watch it.
I'm waiting. My mother-in-law actually is a big Star Wars fan, so I told her I watched it with her. Nobody else in her family likes Star Wars, and I said, "I'll come watch it with you."
Is that where Moonlight or what's that? Is that on?
Moon Knight is on Disney Plus. Yeah, sure. Okay, guys. So so I'm not going to dive into what the Pathfinder Society is again, because we usually explain that. Other than just saying, it's kind of like D&D meets Starfleet. You are a part of a organization of adventurers that network together to explore the world, go on missions, and recover lost relics and record your adventures to be published into magazines, novels, plays, and other things like that, which is really fun. You kind of see that with the Avengers, merchandising. You know, like the Avengers are like merchandising. They made a Broadway play, all this other ridiculous stuff. So you are at Sandpoint Cathedral. Father Xantus, the priest, says that somebody, that the town of Sandpoint has been hearing weird, strange noises coming from the graveyard near the cathedral. There is a gravekeeper that is there whose name is Nafer Vosk, and he is disabled with a twisted spine, lived a life of crime, redeemed himself. The church hired him to take care of the graveyard so that he could have a life and an income, which is really, really fun, which is good for him. It's good-natured. They haven't seen anything in the graveyard themselves, and so Father Xantus, the priest, realized that there are old tunnels running beneath the city of Sandpoint that they have closed off a long time ago, but maybe somebody discovered them, reopened them, and is using them again, and that's where the sounds are coming from. They would hate to find out that the crypt beneath the cathedral with people that have been buried a long time ago, and artifacts, and that somebody's disturbing the rest of those that are dead, and has sent you down into the crypt to discover what is going on. The entrance to the tunnels was bricked up in the basement of the cathedral a long time ago. They've decided to break down those bricks so that you could go in. And last week, as you began to explore, the first room seemed like a preparation area for the bodies when they were entering into the crypt that has long been closed off. You found an entranceway that went down a set of stairs to a statue that is there for religious reasons, and there were 2 kobolds there that one of our characters shot a natural 20 electric arc bolt at and fried both of them instantaneously. So we are now exploring the rest of the area to see what is going on and what exactly is happening. So yeah, I like the idea of writing a lot more narration for it, but you guys get the gist the last time. I just love to jump in and let you guys explore.
So, shall we venture into the room, or should we check these other rooms behind us before we go any farther?
I'm okay with the idea of venturing into this room.
Oh, and you guys are in that room. You're in area 2. That's where you got into the fight.
Okay.
You went in there and explored and found some loot and other things, and now you're deciding where you want to go to next.
So let's continue down the hallway. I can stealth through the hallway if you guys want to fall behind me a ways, because I have dim light vision, so I can help scout it out if that's what we would like.
Okie dokie, and then I want to check for traps as we head down that way. So Alex, do I need to roll for check for traps?
Yes, and that will be a thievery roll.
Okay, and then what, just the D20?
Yes, and your thievery.
You can check as well if you would like.
I went to roll my die.
Roll your die. Okay. It should be the very last one.
Oh. Oh my gosh. 11.
11. You are not successful. Everybody remember where your pieces are real quick. I'm going to adjust the map.
Alright.
There we go. There we go. Where were you looking for traps?
This way.
The hallway is free and clear, and you do not sense any traps whatsoever. The hallway here looks like it was dug out a long time ago by hand, as kind of a side hallway to get into the next room. This is not carved or tiled. There are no doors here.
So I'd say that it was after the fact built. So then I'm gonna stealth down the hallway and see, scout guys, if you guys want to follow me just a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Alright, roll for stealth.
Roll for stealth. Squid 738, I went ahead and adjusted the mics and turned them up a little bit. 25 for stealth is a success.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops.
It's quite an inverted images.
It's the green one.
Oh, sorry.
So, I'm gonna. I'm gonna turn around and hold up the 3-finger sign for 3 paths, and I'm gonna say left-handed, so I always like to go left. What do you guys think?
Just so you know, this green line that is here, I don't know how that happened. When I was numbering, it must have, my pen swiped, and I would have to like go back on the image to get rid of it because I did not see it happen. So, yeah, I don't know why it did that. In fact, actually, that's going to just bug me. I'm going to take the map down for just a second. I'm like, how in the world did that happen without me even noticing it?
That's what happens. You don't do it on a separate layer.
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Well,
Yeah,
you just
it's-
erase that on that one layer?
Hmm? Give me just a second. There it is.
Indeed. Well, in the other game I was playing, there were a couple of spells that I had that took multiple
Yeah, random.
dice, and then I had like this set, but then it kept hitting. It was not hitting, and so I got a different set. And then sometimes it's
Oh, I see what happened. Okay.
oh, I was gonna switch. Are you?
There you go. Okay. Okay, you guys find a hallway that splits 3 different directions in front of you, and one of them goes into a hallway, and the one to your left looks like a descending stairway, and the one in front of you opens up to what looks like some sort of like watery area where the ocean water has flooded in. You even see some bits of red coral sticking up from the wall that would insinuate that this water has been here and this growth has been here for a while.
Do we see anything on the right?
You'd need to do a perception check, or just blindly move into that area. I'm going to go ahead and shift this over. Okay, go ahead. You guys can readjust your miniatures. You guys want to replace your miniatures?
Yeah. And then you see your perception.
What's up, handsome?
Hello, Connor.
How long are you going to hang out for? Oh, okay. I was going to say, because we're playing Pathfinder, you're welcome to jump in if you're going to be here for a bit.
We
Pathfinder!
literally just started.
Nat 20.
Nat 20!
Nat 20.
What were you doing Nat 20 for?
Upper right.
Just looking down the hall.
Perception.
On where?
Down the right hole.
Okay. All right, guys, we got a Nat 20. Nat 20. We are not in Denton. We are in Denison, which is about an hour north of Denton. Denison, yes. All right, guys, a Nat 20 means that we are going to give away a $20 gift card to DysonDragons.com. If you are in the chat, you can head over to twitch.tv, DysonDragonsTV. Hop in the chat and type 2020, and we will pick one lucky person to win a $20 gift card to DysonDragons.com. If you're not on Twitch.tv, you need to be on Twitch TV, Dyson Dragons TV, to be a part of the giveaway. But type 2020 in the chat, and we will pick someone. Oh, we've already got a couple people that are typing in. So if you want to be a part of that giveaway, head over to Twitch.tv, Dyson Dragons TV, and type 2020 into the chat, and we'll pick someone out in just a minute. Oh, thanks so much for the rose. That's awesome. So you can see, what kind of vision do you have? Dark vision, low light vision?
Dark vision.
I hear one person.
Dim light.
I have regular.
Okay, do you guys have some sort of lighting or anything like that?
Yes, I can, I've got a cantrip so that I can touch my,
It should still be off from your house, so you cast
Yeah,
light on
so-
your scimitar.
yeah, I cast light on my scimitar.
Okay. So, the hallway to the right, the ground is a packed, sandy mud. The kind that if you reach down and squished your fingers into it, it would give you a heavy bit of resistance while making a chalky, grainy crunch. As you stick your fingers down into the mud of it, you can feel water pool up around the middle of your fingers, which means that the mud itself is deeply packed, but very, 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 what's the word for it? No. Oh my gosh. I hate when I'm dungeon mastering because I'll have so many thoughts in my head and then I'll mix a word picture. When something is absolutely full of water, even though it's like
Saturated.
saturated.
Yeah.
The word is saturated. God.
Yeah.
So the mud is saturated. The wall itself looks like old limestone that has been carved away by miners a long time ago. It seems like whoever built this crypt that actually carved solid, whoever carved straight, tiled, proper hallways did not carve enough of them to move through this area easily. So a long time ago, it looks like miners came down on a budget and just picked away at the limestone to make it easier to move around. You don't know how long ago this happened, but it obviously doesn't seem like it was under the church's watch. The very end of the hallway where it turns right, you can see that the hallway actually looks finished. So it may have been that the hallway was carved in or through a closet space, because the unfinished hallway gives way to a finished hallway that is properly carved with flat, clean walls. And that is what your natural 20 gives you, perception.
And it looks like the hallway just comes right back into the main room that the middle hallway goes to.
Yes.
So do we just finish your forward? Or
And you know that because you can hear the sound of water rippling off of the walls ahead of you.
So ocean right in the middle. Should we go left and see if there's ocean?
Okay.
Alright. Stealthy to the left.
All right, Danny Culp 1, you get the $20 gift card to DysonDragons.com. Make sure that you shoot me a whisper with your first, last name, and email, and I will send you a gift card for that $20 to DysonDragons.com. Guys, anytime we roll a natural 20 in the game, we give away a $20 gift card to DiceandDragons.com. Cora, can you double check that we have some background ambience playing? I don't know. It might have been. It's on YouTube, and so whenever you go to type something out or check somebody out, you close YouTube and it goes away.
Oh, and you can take this.
So while she's doing that, I'm gonna stealthily check the left tongue.
Okay. And are you walking down or doing a perception check?
Okay, perception.
Go ahead and roll for it.
11.
Okay.
Okay.
As you wander down the steps, there is a half wall that curves down with the steps with two cobblestone pillars that reach up to the ceiling of this crypt. You see the other side of the half wall is flooded with ocean water before landing on a small footbridge that passes over it. As you are standing on the small footbridge, you can see down below, by about maybe a 6-foot drop, is a statue sitting in an alcove.
On the right.
Mhm. This is the statue. This is the footbridge. This is the half wall. This is the area that's flooded with water.
Shall we keep advancing? Because we're about to come back on the main room over there. So let's just keep following the path for now and see what we find. Okay, there it is. Alright.
As you walk up to the edge, the corner, you can hear the skittering of a kobold with his back facing towards you that seems to have not heard any of the combat that happened in the previous room, which makes sense because there's so many twists and turns in the hallway that the sound might have bounced off a different direction, missing him entirely. You can see that there is another statue next to you, and now that you are close enough to the statue, you can see that it is a priest in holy garb that is holding up a bowl with his hands that probably was meant to be filled with lantern oil and lit as a lamp of some sort. It is now long dried and is dusty. The kobold is sitting with his back towards you, gutting a pile of fish.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna. This is okay. Normally I would just take him out of character here. Are you guys right with me? Or we like,
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take him out real quietly, and I'm going to telekinetic blast or telekinetic projectile the kobold. Okay. Ready for your rollout?
Yes.
22 to hit.
Average gaming guy, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. 22 to hit. Okay, and let me see your sheet real quick.
Okay. So it's my roll plus 6 for the spell attack to the damage.
you're good.
Okay.
Awesome. You hit. And it is a critical hit. So in this game, whenever you roll 10 or above the check, whether it's a difficulty check, armor check, or skill check, it is considered a critical hit. Same way for failure. If it is 10 below the number that you need, it is a failure.
Alright, so 8 points of damage, then I need to roll for the sneak attack, which will add another 4, making the total damage 10.
And he is killed. His skull, the back of his skull, crumples in as if a large ogre's hand grabbed his head and clenched it. Just crumpled it. It isn't completely squished or spraying blood, but the skull itself dimpled in, and he slumps forward over the pile of fish.
Alright, so we'll continue down the hallway. Stealth.
Awesome. Super good. Okay, give me just a second.
I guess I'm slightly ahead of you guys that way. Because you're probably heavy on this. No, he's got leather. Okay, yeah, so
All right, so whenever you whenever you kill a creature, you have the ability to loot, especially if you run into an area that is numbered. That number means that it's an area of interest that probably has something in the area for you to find. You may not be successful in finding it, but it could be there.
So, yes, before we do start looting, let me do a perception check to scan the other halls and see if I hear anything coming our way or anything like that.
And then while he does that, I am going to go ahead and check for traps around the statues.
Okay. As you come around the corner here, you can see that there are 2 other kobolds that seem to be hunched over some sort of what looks like checkerboard of some sort. You're not really sure what it is that they are playing, but they seem to be passing the time by playing a game with tokens and have not noticed you.
Right? Do you want to do a combo with the crossbow and my telekinetic bolt?
Let's do it.
Alright, so we're going to try to do a simultaneous attack, one on one and one on the other.
Okay. If you want to, okay, go ahead. You'll want to try and be stealthy or not. You'll have to depict that. Eventually, just so you guys know, I won't actually ask you if you want to be stealthy or not. You will just learn
That I
that
have to
you
say it.
didn't say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I want to try to stealth to get one. Do I have line on sight on the one on farther north? or
Maze
is that
average
blocked
gaming
out?
guy. We got hydrate for 100. Thank you so much. The what now?
Do I have line of sight on the farther north one?
Where are you at?
I'm right here. So we'll just.
Yes, you do have line of sight on both of them.
So then I think from a stealth position in the shadows, you can take the other one and I'll get the north one. Correct?
Yes. This is Sakuna. It is my favorite scatter.
Okay. And then so you gotta roll for your hits.
You're rolling for stealth.
Oh, I'm stealth first? Okay.
Oh yeah. Got to stay hydrated in intense D&D sessions. Love what you're doing. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. You are awesome. I'm so glad that you're here chatting.
Your stealth check.
Oh, awesome. We just had another 5-star review for Dice and Dragons come in. Guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream, you can go leave us a 5-star Google review on Dice and Dragons. You can Google Dice and Dragons. Leave us a 5-star review. We would love to get a 5-star review from you. It's a great way to support the shop. It's totally free.
You just add 2 to your damage on your next roll. When you, yeah. But hopefully you don't need to reload. Yeah. I got a 15 on my stealth roll. He got a 20 on his stealth roll.
Okay, fantastic. They have no idea that you guys are there. You are super quiet, like the night.
Alright, and then so now we'll simultaneously roll the hits.
Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Daniel Culp. That's so awesome. Gifting a tier 1 sub. That's amazing. I appreciate it. An average gaming guy, thanks for subbing. That's awesome. You have Danny Culp, 1 a sub. I'm glad that you guys are now subbed into the channel. Super, super awesome.
Yeah, so you got a plus 6.
Super generous.
So you got a 23 to hit. His crossbow has a 23 to hit, and I got a 25 to hit with my telekinetic bolt.
Say that again? To hit?
I got a 25 and he got a 23.
Okay, that succeeds.
Okay, and so for damage is the one.
And both of those are, let me double check real quick.
I don't know if it makes a sneak attack bonus.
Cool. What were your rolls again?
A 23 and 25.
Okay. I actually was wrong. Their AC is higher than I thought. You hit, but not critical.
Okay.
I thought theirs was like around a 12. It's actually a 16 AC. Because I was like, man, you guys' rolls are so high. And then I look in the book. I'm like, oh, their AC is pretty high too.
Alright, so roll your 1d10. Yes, it was.
So much fun. Hey guys, we've got these really cool Dice and Dragons hats too at diceanddragons.com. We sold out of them here in the store, which is really awesome. I need to get some more. But everybody's been enjoying these a lot, so I like it. I'm going to be taking mine down to Galveston.
So mine says a 1d10 for, d10 for piercing
Okay.
on that as well, and I rolled a 2.
A 2 piercing damage, okay?
Does he add his dexterity modifier to the damage?
What are you shooting with?
A heavy crossbow.
Okay, let me see. It should say it right on the character sheet.
It just says 1d10 piercing.
Yeah, let me see real quick.
Because my spell says it's 1d6 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Sure.
And my spellcasting modifier is just the modifier from your stat, whatever that stat is, I believe.
Nope, it is in fact 1d10 piercing.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I rolled a 7 for damage on my shot.
7 for damage. You shoot the 1, and he... Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. What happens to this guy? I actually... Hey, babe.
Yes.
Have you seen that wooden dice tower at all?
Let me go look.
I would love that. Okay, so the one kobold that Jake shoots, it goes into the creature's chest, and he lets out a yeah, before flying against the wall and crashing down on the ground. However, the and what was it that you were shooting? Or
The
telekinetic bolt
Yeah.
hits it in the chest, slams it against the wall. The other kobold gets shot by the bolt, and it actually goes right into his head. But just the floppy ear part of his head. It pierces through the cartilage, and he lets out a screeching. He turns to look at where it is and sees the faint glowing of Cora's light coming off of her scimitar, and you hear him say, screams, and you can tell from the echoing off in the distance that there are other kobolds now hollering back.
Roll for initiative.
So some sort of yelling is coming from, you can hear is nearby over here, faintly. You can't really see what's around it, but you do hear another one calling from there, and yeah, that will work for right now. So even though you guys don't see over there, you can hear a creature calling in from that distance. Go ahead and keep an eye out where your minis are. I'm going to move the map down.
Can you go back and go ahead and check?
Awesome.
Yeah, we just need to clear the area and then hit these if he has it turned off. Are we rolling for initiative now?
R, yes. Glad you're hanging out, Connor.
Okay, so for your initiative. I think it's just gonna be a flat roll. Yeah, 50-20.
It's okay if you can't find it. It's alright.
I looked here.
There is a possibility that I did sell it off to someone and completely forgot that I did, but I don't think that I did.
Because I looked in the.
Yeah, it's okay.
site- Yeah, I looked all over.
Is initiative in Pathfinder always just the flat D20?
No, you will have an initiative section on your sheet. It will be, I believe that, I'll double check real quick. See how initiative works. Let's look it up. Let's look up the rules together. Let's look up the
Your
rules.
light on your
Uh,
alert.
Aha. Oh no. I was like, yes, no, said it. He's spitting it out.
That's it. So, when the GM calls for it, you roll initiative, determine your place in the initiative order, which is the sequence in which the encounter's participants will take their turns. Typically, you roll a perception check to determine your initiative. The more aware you are of your surroundings, the more quickly you can respond. Sometimes, though, the game master might call on you to roll some other type of check. For instance, if you were avoiding notice during exploration, you'd roll a stealth check. A social encounter could call for a deception or diplomacy check as your initiative.
Okay. What
So-
would you like, a flat dexterity or
Uh,
stealth?
you guys are going to go for perception.
Okay. So
I have to go change them.
What? Oh my
how
gosh.
much? 24.
Yeah, let's take a quick break real quick while she does that. That way we can. So, all right, guys, we're gonna take just a second. We're gonna take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Awesome. I don't want to quarter miss too much of the everything that's going on. But we're definitely getting more action to it last time.
Yes. We've been calling it night right now.
When I actually have some time off and I rest, so like next week when I come back, I'm actually going to have some more alliteration written for it because one of the things that I like to do is actually write down, like I'll look at a map whenever you guys are going into something and I'll number it and then I'll actually write down like a paragraph of description and story for each section so that when you walk into an area, it's actually better read out, which is like
It's pretty good, man.
good. I'm glad, but it'll be better. It'll be like you guys walk into the tomb and you can see religious etchings on the tile in front of you. There's a rusted blade laying on the floor beneath cobwebs that seems to be twitching. You can hear the scurrying of spiders on the wall. You feel an energy ripple across your skin. You know, and all of a sudden you're just like,
So for this scenario, how much of this is written out and how much?
None of it is. No. What this is this section. There's a lot that's written, but this, it just says like, oh, hey, there's tunnels under the system. So I had to find a map for that, and I had to decide, okay, what's actually going to be under there, because it'll give the description of like what's going on in the graveyard, the sound. It'll tell you what it could be, but it just kind of gives you a jumping off point, and you can decide to go from there. However, if we're running a pre-written adventure, like a Pathfinder adventure, which can be really cool, everything is written, everything. And it's
Thinking like
very
the,
descriptive. Unlike D&D, Pathfinder is very descriptive with their adventure class.
The community episode. You ever seen that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite ones.
You have to hunt it down because they've banned it.
Really?
Yeah, because
I saw it on Netflix. I thought a couple.
you can try, but Chang
Yeah.
shows
it's
up
Dark
as
Elf.
as a dark elf,
Yeah.
and they took it down for a while, citing it as blackface.
Yeah.
So hopefully they put it
Well,
back up.
The whole show. That's kind of part of the course for me, honestly.
It's such a good show.
The and also the episode. There's two that I like. That one, the one where they're video game characters. Have you seen the show?
I've seen some of it, but I haven't seen that episode.
They have to play the video game in order to win Pierce's fortune back or his inheritance back. And it's just so funny. Like
Is that the one where he gives them all semen?
he's got like all these little.
No, that's when he
computer-
was like leaving the show.
Oh yeah, that's right. When he died, that's after he died. This one,
Spoilers.
Abed meets this like NPC farm girl, and they get married. And he has like found the code for having children, so he's got like 10,000 babies, and they create this army. It's just really funny. Accidentally killing like villagers and stuff like that.
I'll have to look that one up.
Oh, it's good. It's like a 2D kind of Mario.
It's so sad because I've heard that Chevy Chase is just a nightmare to work with.
Oh, man.
Like
I
on
can only imagine.
on everything that he does, everything. Like he's not really working anymore because he's just like
Well, he
just
is.
like
I mean,
super douchey.
he was probably ready to retire about 10 years ago.
Abby Tanksley, I'm so glad that you're following. We're about to get back into combat in just a minute. Yeah.
I feel like with the show though.
But that's part of the
I don't know,
reason he left the show was because they were done.
Well,
They
I
were
never
done.
like. I feel like his character was in the way a lot. I never really. I know some people liked it, but I never really felt like it connected.
Yeah.
I think it was interesting to have like someone toward the end of their life coming back into school and being a part of that group, but for him it was just like cringy in a way.
Well, a lot of his stick is cringy and annoying.
Yeah, that's just not for me.
Yeah. Dirty diaper.
She's in her own dungeon.
The ninth letter of hell. Dirty diapers.
Yeah, we rotate. It's not really like, oh, I got the last one. It's not like that. It's just we rotate. So I got one earlier, and so she was just like, oh. Yeah, yesterday he was here hanging out with me for a while, and she went and ran in. She's like, I hope he's okay. I didn't notice that he like pooped all day. And I was like, oh, you didn't see the blowout that I had. Like, it was bad. It was just like, you're kind of like, every time you peel the diaper back, you're like, oh, okay. But sometimes you peel it back and you're like, oh, no. It's just like straight up garbage.
Had many of those. When I was 20, in my early 20s, I dated a girl that had like a 6-month-old, and I dated her until she was 2. Changed so many diapers. The magic of a raisin comes in, and a grape comes out as magical to me. You know what I mean? So, girl, give her any kind of apple juice, diaper rash, the apple juice.
Do a flip. You do a flip, Toxic Mew. You do a flip.
So this is the second or third week? Or?
First week, character building. Second week, a little bit of roleplay to the thing. Third week, mansion. I think this is the 4th week. Yeah. Something like that.
New to D&D, any tips? Yes, get the Essentials Kit. It's super, super good. The Essentials Kit is awesome. It's like $25. We have it on our website. You can find it at Target. It's a great way to get started with D&D. Yeah, I'm looking to have my brain refreshed when we come back because we're going to... Baby's doing awesome. That's why we're paused right now is because Cora went back to go change his diaper, so he's doing good. Thanks for asking. It'll be nice because my sister is coming down from Alaska. She was here a month ago when the baby was born. Was here for a week to help, which was really awesome. She just wanted to do that. And but her daughters are like 17, 15, 13, and her son is like 7 or 8, or no, probably like 10, I think. No, I think it's like 8 or 8. I think it's around 8. I have to check. But they haven't seen the baby yet, and so we're going to go to Galveston, and they rented a beach house there, and we're going just for like a day. Like, our family is in that place financially where we're like, we can go on vacations, but not long vacations. So it's like, you guys are going to Disneyland? Yeah. How long? Day. 1 day. You know, like, we're just like, but we get to go, you know, like.
1 day, still 20 grand to go to Disneyland.
So, but so we're going to Galveston, and that'll be fun to just drive down there, get to see them, drive back. So we're leaving like, I think we'll be getting down there on Tuesday, hanging out all day Wednesday, and then driving back Thursday. But because we open at 3, we might actually be open on Thursday, or we might not. I don't know. But we'll probably be open on Thursday, even if we're just a little late. But it'll be nice to just get like a break, you know, and come back. because we've got Sunday and Monday off. So, and they're going to be in Dallas around there, so we'll still get to see them a little bit before they go down to Galveston. So they're landing in Dallas. They're spending a day or two in Dallas to do family stuff, and then they're going to Galveston. So,
Gas, probably the most expensive part of the trip.
what is?
Gas to get down there.
Probably, yeah. That's why we got a Honda Fit.
Let's see. So
Okay.
it would be tank to probably Kobolds, and then another tank to Galveston. So probably 4 tanks total, maybe 3.
$20.
Is that all it takes to fill up your cars? $20? No.
No, it takes about
4
30.
gallons?
Yeah,
4
it
gallons.
takes about $30 to fill up that.
Oh, maybe it does go smart. Mine, it would take, it's like 65 to fill up mine, and it would probably take 3 to 4 takes to make it in there. But I have a bigger SUV than you guys do, so that's still worth it. The flights right now are actually kind of cheap. Yeah, like the flight, I don't know if it's because I booked through the corporate website, but I was supposed to go to Colorado, and it was only $300 round trip to fly to Colorado, and I was like, that's cheap.
We just got round trip tickets for Megan to go to Indonesia, like basically Bali, for like $1,100.
Ooh.
They're usually like 1,600, 1,500.
Maybe I should pay for air flight tickets to Japan now while flights are cheap.
I put him in a completely store appropriate onesie, so if you want to show him off to the people, they see me rolling.
Bring him over here. They were asking about him on
Well,
the show.
hello, friend. Been a while. How's it
What's up, buddy? Good to
going?
see ya.
Good. How
That's
are
the
you?
little one.
It is a little one.
Very little one.
Did you come in to hang
He's got his
out for the
D20
night?
onesie on.
Yay! I'll get you checked in. Oh, cool. No worries.
What's up, buddy?
Alright, we need a roll for initiative.
Oh, look at him. He got hiccups.
Plus 7.
Yeah.
Okay. 25. Cool.
You're on stream again. Yeah.
21.
Yay.
Do it if you got it.
I do.
Look at that smile.
Do this.
There's a little smile there.
You've been more smiley today.
He's just looking around.
Huh.
It could be.
Oh, yeah. He gets his hiccup on every day.
Something got yesterday and they're like a painful night. It's like a real deep in this. Oh. It's not good.
That's not fun. When I pick up, I had a teacher in middle school, and he was like, hold your breath and swallow 3 times. So that's what I do. If I don't get it the first time, I do it a couple of times, and it works.
See if that
He's such a cute baby. I like him.
I would hope so.
Beep.
Wait till mobile, then we'll be on your toes. Wait till mobile. Oh yeah, for sure. Wait till he's running around. Oh yeah. No, I know, for sure. All right, you guys are gonna roll for initiative by rolling perception check.
We did.
Okay.
And I got the 25.
21.
Ooh, she kicked the crap out of both of you.
Yeah, she did.
Both y'all.
20.
All right, so Cora, you get to go first. We're gonna go clockwise from Cora.
Alright.
So I get to go second. Losers, you're all about to die.
I think the
Hope you get
one
shot in the
to
face.
Right, half shadows is the only one that's alive that we can
Not true. They are both alive. One of them is just got hit really bad.
see. Okay.
And is this guy dead?
So, this guy got hit pretty bad and crumpled over onto the floor, but is alive. This guy is alive and has his ear ripped off, and this guy is around the corner. You guys can't actually see him. You just heard him screech back when they hollered.
Awesome. Okay.
Maddie for real. Oh, Cora, Maddie for real says hi.
Hi, Maddie.
There you go. Awesome.
So,
Got our stretch redeem for $2.50. Sorry, I had the baby in my arms. Stretch. All right.
okay, so can I see across here? Do I have,
Yes, you can.
and how far is that? So like 60 feet?
Yes, and that water area there where the Kobold is difficult terrain, so you're going to be able to move at half speed
Okay. So,
until you get out of it.
alright. I
Unless you like pass an acrobatics check of like running and jumping over that area.
Oh. Oh, 15. Well, I was thinking about doing your hands. Like bouncing the flame rush from your hands, but then they're 15 foot tall. I'm not 15 feet though, am I?
Each square is 5 feet.
Okay. But I still have to move up this way, right?
Another station, but he's saying it's difficult terrain.
Mhm.
Okay. So I am going to move as far as I can.
Okay.
And I get 3 actions?
Uh-huh.
Or are those all my actions? Because
You get 3.
okay. So I move. And
How far can you move?
Where's distance?
Speed.
Okay. Oh, 25 feet.
Okay, so that's 5 squares. If you're moving half of that, you can move like 2 squares
Okay.
from where you were.
So I move 2, 4. Yes. Okay. I took 2 of my actions to move.
Hold on. I don't think you were there. They were around the corner there when...
I was with them right here.
Oh, I did not know that. You have had to have done a stealth check also. Okay, well, we'll forget it. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and move.
Okay, so I'm here now.
How many squares is that from where you were?
I think that's only 4.
It's 4.
Yeah, you can only move 2 right now. Half speed.
I know, but I can use 2 actions.
Oh,
for
yes, you
that,
can.
right?
Yes, yes, you can.
Hands takes 2 actions.
Oh, okay.
So you would, you could.
That's okay. I've got other stuff.
Okay.
So now I'm going. Oh no, that takes 2 actions as well. Remind. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna take my scimitar. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take my scimitar. Am I close enough to him to cut him?
No.
Okay.
You are 10 feet away from him.
Then I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay.
So, you lift your shield to get a +2 circumstance.
Okay.
to DC.
If you could work on making your turn a little bit cleaner, because that was super choppy.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Just a good idea of like what it is that you're gonna do, because you just pulled the equivalent of like getting up to the menu and being like, all right, what do I want? Okay, do you guys have pizza? This is a Burger King. Okay, no pizza. No
Yeah.
pizza. Seafood? We have a fish sandwich. Not really feeling that. It's like, okay, you missed your turn.
Well, I raised my shield.
Awesome. Okay. So we do choppy turns to keep the suspense going. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So Cora,
Do I
She jumps into the water and sludges through, trying to get a defensible position for her friends who are firing ranged in on the kobolds, and raises up a shield to keep them battered back. So you like that. Awesome. I'm not picking on you. I pick on everybody. The same
I
way.
know.
Good. Awesome. So, anyways. So the kobold, he picks up his spear and steps forward and jams his spear as hard as he can into your shield. Give me just 1 second. What is your AC?
I think it's 16.
I think it's 16. Okay.
Yes.
He goes for a second attack, and your shield absorbs the blow from both spear attacks. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Have you been in before?
Briefly one time.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Ah,
Well,
glad
welcome
you're
back.
here.
We're just playing some Pathfinder right now.
So, I finally found a group of friends that want to play board games.
Okay.
So, we can come here and set up our game and play, or
Yeah, absolutely.
set
In
up
fact,
your game and play,
in
or-
fact, if you step into the hallway and look back, you'll see there's actually a whole group back there doing that same thing right now. So.
Made a second attack.
So the shield absorbs the blow. The other kobold stands up and uses the entirety of his turn to kind of get on his feet and lob his spear haphazardly towards either one of you. And misses. It just goes clacking against the wall and into the water. He pulls out a dagger from his hip and looks like he's ready to run at you and swipe. It is now your turn.
Alright. I am going to use my heavy crossbow again.
Okay?
Okay.
Sure.
I have a bunch of games too, huh? So, are those
We do.
games
We have
you
over
play?
we have over 204 games, and we have fun not only teaching the games, but also we help people figure out what games they might like, even from what they don't know. So if there are games that you do like, there may be games that we know about that are similar to those. So it's really a lot of fun. You can come in, take over the whole space. You can bring or take over space back there. Bring whatever food you want to. We're also a BYOB, so as long as no one is attempting to get drunk, they are welcome to bring in something to drink, as long as they are doing just to drink, not to get drunk.
Responsibly.
Exactly, yeah. It's $10 a day per person to come in and hang out and get access to all of that. But you can buy that out with merchandise. So if you come in and you end up collectively deciding to buy a board game, your group does, and we cover everybody, or you could come in and buy snacks so that we can.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah, it's really easy.
What do you have playing?
You and your wife are great people, sir. Wish my wife could let me come learn to play with you peeps one day. Oh, that'd be awesome. Codified likeness utility. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Just a map that he built, and
Okay, I
then
got you.
anybody can.
Yeah, so basically we're playing D&D,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah. A game that's very fun. All right, so what is it that you're doing?
Crossbow, heavy crossbow, 3 guys with spear.
Okay,
Attacking social to do.
okay.
My exterior.
So we saw all the ones that you have there, and right yeah.
So the weapon will actually tell you, the weapon will tell you what modifier to use. So if you've got your ranged heavy crossbow plus 6, 1d10 piercing, so it's going to be a total of 16. And you actually just hit that 16, so you do damage to him, just on the mark. His AC is 16.
Okay.
So you just barely hit him. Yeah.
And then I do roll a d10.
A D10. Yep.
Those are the ones that we had.
And that's a 7. Or 7.
7. So he is dead. You shoot him, and it goes into his chest, like through his heart, and he falls down dead. Are you familiar with Pandemic at all? Are you familiar with the Legacy type games? Okay, so I'll tell you, it's actually really fun. So Pandemic is a game that's very much like the movie Outbreak. You are a group of medical or soldiers or people that are first responders. There's a world map, and all of a sudden a virus breaks out. And you and your team are working together against the board itself to stop the spread of the virus. But there are different things that happen that make it change, and all of a sudden you'll be in one part of the world, and you'll be like, okay, we've almost got it contained. You'll be like, dun, 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 dun. Turns out an outbreak. Over in this other country, somebody traveled in an airplane, and you're like, ah! So you're working against the clock to contain it from becoming a pandemic. It's an amazing game. Legacy is actually a brand of games, not a company. It's a type of game because they have like Risk, Legacy, and they have Machi Koro that you guys played. We actually have Machi Koro Legacy. What it is Legacy is it's meant over several games. So like Risk, when we played Risk Legacy, it was a map. We had our armies. Have you ever played Risk before? Okay. We had our armies, and the thing is, it was really cool, is as we were playing the game, we were affecting the game's board itself. So at the end of, this one was very futuristic, fighting each other, and then at the end of the game, like one of the things that happened was, oh, you have the ability to either establish a city permanently and name it yourself, write it on the board, and now the next time somebody starts there, they get an extra army, and you can decide where that is anywhere on the map. Or detonate a nuke. Well, it was fun because somebody was like, okay, I'm going to detonate a nuke. And they looked at it. There was a sticker in the envelope, and it said, place this nuclear sticker on any country. So we picked at random, we put the sticker on the country and said, now pull the country's card out of the country selection, like that, rip it in half. It is a nuclear wasteland. No one can ever play on that country again.
And you just wait.
What?
That
You know,
took on
like,
that board.
yeah, and now
Well,
that
son of a bitch.
board is now fingerprinted different than anyone's board ever.
Sure.
Well, the thing is, over the course of playing that game 8 or 9 or 10 times, different events come up, different objectives that you can unlock, envelopes you can open. The legacy for Pandemic is like that too, and so is with Machi Koro, where as you play the game, your group's outcome of the game changes the board. By the time you're done playing it 7 or 8 times, then it's now the official board, where every time that you play it's like that. It's so much fun because there's spots on the board for you and your friends to sign each time that you play it.
Right.
So like you can have it as like a get together where whenever this group gets together, it's crazy amazing. So it's very replayable. There's achievements, all kinds of stuff. So they're super fun. And they only do it with games that are wildly popular. They won't just do like, oh, let's do a legacy version of, Chutes and Ladder. It's only a game that has sold millions of copies that they're like, let's design this really cool. But every time you play, your group's like, oh man, if we can work together to get this objective done, we can actually unlock it. But sometimes there are envelopes that you will never open. They'll just stay in the box, not open. Yep. Unless you cheat and go in. But it punishes you, actually. There was literally a game of Risk that we had Legacy, and we noticed the envelopes, but we were like, I wonder if there's anything in the box. We pulled the plastic separator insert out, and inside the box was an envelope that said, never open this. Of course, we ended up peeling the sticker and ripping it open, and it said, why can't you follow simple instructions? A devastating earthquake has ripped through and take these 4 cards and shuffle them into your events deck. It is permanently going to screw up your board game. You're just like, this is awesome! So it's very, very fun. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I need to, I think we understand the reloading process for this, but there's a special thing up here, Costco Ace.
Well, just read it. No, I'm kidding.
I did pick 3 times and I still.
When you're wielding a crossbow and you use hunt, pray, or use interact to reload your crossbow, you gain +2 circumstance bonus to the damage roll of your next strike with the crossbow and increase damage die to 1d12. You must make the attack before the end of your turn or these benefits are lost. So what that means is you just basically have to say, I'm reloading. Like I'm using my crossbow ace ability. Strike, whenever you're using actions, it's called stride or strike, which is move or attack. So when it says you strike with that crossbow, it means attack with the crossbow.
So reload is 2 actions, right?
Yes.
So I can't reload and attack on the same turn anymore because I already attacked once. I might as well wait.
You can reload it. Oh no, that's true. That's true. Yes, exactly. So and then hunt, pray, concentrate. Oh, I'm sorry. You can leave those right back on the table. We'll shelve them for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we don't mind busting the tables.
Yeah, totally.
So hunt, pray is down here. Concentrate. You designate a single creature you can see or are currently tracking as your prey. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to perception checks when you seek your prey, and a +2 bonus to survival checks when you track your prey. You also ignore the penalty for making ranged attacks with your second range increment against the prey you're hunting. You can only have one creature designated as your prey at a time, and designated new creatures as your prey causes any previously marked creatures to lose their designation. So, what? You also ignore the penalty for making ranged attacks with your second range increment.
When the DM says what?
I don't really. I mean, I guess it's like you can mark it.
I don't have to use this.
When you mark him, basically, whenever you make a ranged attack, you do it at regular.
So what?
When you do it at regular, there's no negatives to it. Whenever you make a second attack in a turn, it's with a -5 to your roll. When you make a third attack, it's with a -10.
But I can't do 2 attacks, 2 ranged attacks at the same turn because I have to use 1 to reload.
With the crossbow. If you have
That's-
throwing knives,
That's
it's
the only
different.
ranged attack I have.
Right, with throwing knives, it's different. So, there you go. So that's why it's talking about basically crossbow ace allows you to basically shoot and then reload.
If I wait till next turn to reload, then I get the benefits.
The
If
+2.
I reload this turn,
No.
I'll wait to reload that. So I've got 2 more actions left.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you say we just combine all of our credit and get something?
Whenever you check in to start with, yes. So whenever you come in and you are, whenever you're coming in, you can choose to pay for your day pass with merchandise. So you guys can decide, hey, we're all coming in, there's 6 of us.
So it's too late to do
So
it now
we-
as we're leaving?
If we were a store that sucked and we're like, well, policy dictates, oh yeah. But because we're awesome and you guys are
We
awesome.
didn't know, we would have done that when we got here.
Exactly, which is why I'm sorry, policy dictates. No, kidding. Which is
Fair,
basically,
fair.
it's a great excuse because then when you guys come in, you can be like, hey, we've got a $60 credit towards the game.
We wanted to order that one that you recommended. Unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
That one.
Okay,
He said
awesome.
it was like the best game ever.
Yes, so we can get that.
I wanted Dominion, but they outvoted me.
Yes, awesome. I totally understand. So with board games, special ordering them right now, what we do is we special order, and we take down a name and a text number to text you when it comes in. But we let everybody know with board games specifically. Very, very
Oh, wow, that's
specifically.
crazy.
We don't know yet. Sometimes it's instant. Sometimes they're like, hey, this day printed. If we find out that it's longer than normal, like more than 2 weeks, which is crazy because normally you start something like it's longer than normal, then we will text you and either refund you guys or pick something else or something.
Sure, we're not in a rush.
Great. Awesome. We just want everybody to know beforehand because very important to us that everybody knows every time.
Cool. Yeah, I think
So-
where everyone's leaving, they've got babysitters, they've got, so.
Awesome. Let me double check.
How cool is that? We're supposed to all 6 of us come in,
Yes.
So, sorry.
You could.
So unfathomable is going for 100.
Okay, we'll pay
So and then that would be just a $40.
Cool.
Could move to
Do you all have a spirit island here?
position, or you could move up to maybe like melee range. You could choose 2 actions to try to do, or whatever. I mean, you don't need to. I think there was a disadvantage because she went this way versus this way. So I don't know. Actually, this might all be water. So what's agility do? Oh, so agility, it just lowers your penalty for attacking multiple times in a round. So like, if you were here and you took 3 attacks, the first one would be normal is -5. With your agility, it goes from a 5 to a 4 and an 8 instead of a 10. So I mean, you could use your 2 actions to like one your movement is 20 feet. Wow, you got close to this. So that means you can only move 2 squares. So 1 and 2. And while you get here, you'll be out of you're up, and then you can move forward and you can be right on him, but you wouldn't be able to attack.
Yeah.
Oh, or you could move somewhere like here and set up for them to come around, so you could hit a crossbow this way, or it's kind of up to you.
I'll probably do that.
And did you kill the one that was in front of her? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he said that over it. I'm fine now. I need to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yes. So that Deadpool is print is 150 because it's an
He
artist
does that.
print that's autographed, and he doesn't make those anymore. He was out of Denver, and this was like 6 or 7 years ago. He actually mostly does landscape, so I grabbed all of these knowing they would go up in value, but they are just impossible to find. They just aren't marked.
Y'all want home?
He is awesome. He's rare.
Yeah.
Value of
Thank y'all.
You're
It was
welcome.
great.
Y'all have a great one.
We'll come back when we have a babysitter.
Excellent.
Where you guys can't-
Hi, guys.
Like I'm in the later, so.
Together.
Happy birthday, Ashley. Thank you. You're welcome.
And then Superman needs to go into a frame. He just in this one. Jesus. Yes. The Jesus. Natural sex and Jesus here.
I will. Thank you for letting me know. Huh?
Which one you like?
I like those 2. Well, probably 2.
The Deadpool and the Joker. Yeah. Yeah. And then the Deadpool head over there, talks.
What does it say? Does it ever shut up?
Well, the thing is it
Does it ever shut
turn it
up?
on and then it talks. It actually hooks up to an app. Has hundreds of sayings in different modes you
That
can
is
put
cool.
it into. And his eyes move, his mouth moves, all this other stuff. I can turn it on and show you. And then we've also got
Is it
the
Ryan Reynolds or is it the
I-
cartoon? It is.
Yeah, it sounds very. I'll show you real quick.
Yeah,
It
let's
takes
check
2
it out.
seconds. So, if it's not Ryan Reynolds, it's insanely good.
Gracias por comprar la versión en español de Deadpool de Hasbro.
Give it just a second. Deadpool.
Excuse me, you want to know how I lost my bottle? Tiger shark bit it clean off. I was saving Ronaldo from a body surgery.
So there'll be these moments where he's like, "Oh God, I had a nightmare. I was like just sitting on a basement virgin shelf. Oh God!" Like it's just
That's cool. Yeah, that does sound a lot like Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, hundreds of sayings, and you can set him up on your app and tell him what to say and different things like that.
That's
so
cool.
He's really cool. And then the action figure, we actually have a ton of his extra guns, heads, and jewelry and other stuff. He came with a huge smattering of accessories, but they're just impossible to set up there with him, so we have them set aside. But like, I have him up there with the chimichanga and the Uzi, but he's got like a ton of stuff with him. So, yep.
Very cool.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thank you.
Did you got your game taken care of?
Yes.
I did.
Awesome. We'll get it
We're
ordered.
very excited.
Oh, it's
How
really
cool is
cool.
that? How cool is that? We can
Yeah, we try. We try to be cool.
But look, I was saying right, we have babysitters more often, we'll be in more often.
Yes.
Yep. And she got a text number for you?
I did.
Great. Good job. I love that feeling when like a group comes in and they're just like, "How does your system work?" And they're just like, "Oh, holy crap, that's amazing. That's wonderful." Like we can bring a group of six of us in and just pick up 4 games and recover. It's like, yeah. I love that feeling when like it's just super fun. Yeah, blast.
They've been here a while ago. Weren't they like 4 hours? Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, they have kids, so they just birthday party and they pay for babysitters and they decide like there's something really special about the fact that an entire group of adults that have kids are celebrating a birthday. They paid for babysitters and they chose of all the places in Dallas and Fort Worth and other places to come here, and they totally were satisfied with it. And I'm just like, that makes me feel like invincible. It's so awesome.
It is awesome.
Because I was super outcast nerdy when I was growing up, so it'd be like, yeah, this is awesome.
That's me. Everybody made fun of me when I did for my bachelor party. We went and did that no latency VR. Like we put the backpack on, it's your VR, and you got a gun and you're fun. Oh man, we spent enough money to buy an Xbox.
Oh, that's
X
cool.
Or something, and how many times we played, but it was totally worth all of it. Sure. It's
That's
the
so cool.
nerdiest freaking bachelor party in the street.
Okay. I have to go make him a bottle.
Okay.
I think it's my turn next.
It's not my turn.
Oh, it's your turn. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my guy and move him this direction.
Okay.
So from what I can tell here, I've got a 20 move.
Okay, so that would be 4 squares. Because each square is 5 feet.
Is this the water
Yes.
stuff as well?
Yes.
So that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, unless you like try to do an acrobatic check and jump or something like that.
But I can jump in and still take half.
It's a lot of creature.
It just depends on how well you succeed the
Oh,
check.
there you go, there you go.
So, let's not.
You could also fail and hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's 6. What do you have to, what check do you have to make to successfully?
So it's not 6, it's 6 plus what you.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say that is like a 15. That's not bad.
Just anything higher than that.
I'll just walk. I'm just gonna go. So 1, 2, and then I have one more action, right?
Yep.
I'll do 1, 2. I'm just gonna get over the corner here. Just a little.
Sounds good. Awesome. And that one kobold is dead. So he is.
Yeah. So the one I killed is the one in front of Cora, right?
No, that one. That one had like 1 health point left, and you fired a shot at it, and because Cora was blocking him from that
Oh,
kobold.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you fired a shot, it killed the other one. It tried because you said you were shooting at the one that threw the spear, and so yeah, clocked him. Yeah. Awesome. No, Squid, I appreciate the feedback. I just turned up the mic on the players. I would rather you tell me you can't hear them than to just like not know the entire time. Super good. Super helpful. Guys, we're over at twitch.tv Dice and Dragons TV. Come hang out. Watch the game, see the map, see the players. It's a ton of fun. What have you been up to, man? Yo, what you been up to?
For me,
Yeah.
working,
Yeah?
literally nothing else.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Ray. By the way, I saw Batman.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I had some issues with it.
Sure.
But I would be surprised if I didn't have any issues with 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne. However, I got over it because this is a young Bruce Wayne who's still kind of emo and green.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
I kind of took that into account as well. However, I think the biggest reason was because the top of his face, he's just looking. But then he puts the cowl on, and it's like, that's Batman. He's got a good.
I think the best Bruce Wayne ever was, and Bruce Wayne ever. You get to divide it up. Even if a character was an awesome Batman but a terrible Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck was an excellent Bruce Wayne. Period. Terrible Batman. Really good Bruce Wayne. Older Bruce Wayne. But I think Robert Pattinson so far is my favorite Batman.
He was a good. My favorite part about him, about this Batman, was how practical his gear was.
Yep.
Like, he didn't have this little grappling gun that can hoist 280 pounds of raw man meat at the speed of sound. He has like a little patch on his side, a little pouch on his side.
And it pulls him awkwardly up.
Yeah. It was awkward. I loved his gliding suit, that it wasn't just a cape for some reason.
Yeah.
I liked how he didn't have those. One of the biggest problems I've had about Batman is he's this guy who doesn't kill, right? Then why does he have these like sharp, razor sharp blades right here, and he's constantly doing this? How are you not killing me?
Yeah.
Put that very carefully.
For sure.
And so this Robert Pattinson didn't kind of have them, but they were like, you saw them like flopping around, and they were just for show. I really liked his Batman. I thought the story writing of that movie was incredible. The pacing of it for me being a 3-hour movie was nice. The pacing. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. And I do have some issues with it, but
He gets extra points. I'm just saying he gets extra points.
I'm
so grateful for it because it's just like Edward Cullen is Batman, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, and then he just did
But
incredible.
whenever I saw Robert Pattinson, this was years ago, I felt so vindicated. Like, I have an even TikTok video about it. Years ago, on TikTok, I was just like, they just rumored Robert Pattinson's Batman. He's going to be the best Batman ever. I know. People were like, no, Twilight Batman. And I was just like, suck it, losers. He's going to be amazing. I've seen him act in other stuff. He's going to Leonardo DiCaprio himself. Because everybody's like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio? What's wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio? I'm like, I don't know, Jack Dawson on Titanic when he was a boy band in and of himself. Everybody hated Leonardo DiCaprio. He was the Edward Cullen of his day, and you all remember that. Now everybody thinks he's awesome. That's going to happen with Pattinson. And now Batman comes out, and everybody's like, all right, we're going to do it. And they watch it, and they're like, decent. And I'm like, yeah, eat it, losers. Everybody owes me $20. Everybody in the world.
He was a really good Batman.
So he gets extra points because he could have Jared Leto the situation.
True.
You know, like, and I fought for Jared Leto. I really said, hey, he's a great Joker. They just didn't give him the scenes. They shot them, but they didn't give him. I was like, in Morbius, he's going to really knock it out of the park. Because without the writing, Jared Leto as Morbius is a genius casting. The look and everything. But they botched so bad.
I watched Morbius. I don't think it had anything to do with Jared Leto. I don't think that's what ruined it.
Right, but this is the second time that Jared Leto has been in a piece where the writing was so bad. So part of me goes, okay, Jared, here's the problem. Read the script before you take the job. This is on you this time. It's on you. Read the freaking script, bro. Like, I fought for you with Joker. I'm pissed at you for Morbius, you know. So
I'm gonna tell you what. I noticed all the extras in Morbius.
He screwed up with DC, and it was like, all right, we'll slip you into the Marvel universe. I was like, come on, Jared, you got this. Screwed up so bad. I'm like, you can't. What are you gonna do? Be in Image Comics now? Get out of here. Go back to being like, you know, a trans drug dealer like Dallas Buyers Club. Get out of here. You know, like, go back to your French films, Jared.
Do you remember the scene where the tunnel opens up in the middle of the street, and they got the SWAT guy at the top of the tunnel with his gun, and he's like looking over.
I haven't seen Morbius yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I want
okay.
to, but I'm just not willing to pay for it. I'm waiting for it to be free.
When you watch it, the main character's acting is all great. But all the extras is like they took the bottom of the barrel extras, and you can see it everywhere in the movie. It's awful. Yeah.
So, but I just feel bad because I'm like, dude, he would have been an excellent Joker, but they just didn't. Suicide Squad was terrible across the board, and then with Morbius, I'm like, dude, they could have. Sony keeps doing these really high violence, gory characters at PG-13, like Carnage. It's like PG-13, and it's like, no, just do an R-rated movie. Give people what they want, you know, like.
DC needs to be dark, like the new Joker. It needs to be.
I think
turn back
parts of
like 1 or 2 notches, but it needs to be that dark.
I think parts of it, I like my Superman like I like Captain America. Because there's something awesome about Captain America when he is like so good and then he's going into really horrifying situations, you know? Like Sokovia and all of this other stuff. Because you can see that he still is lawful good kind of thing, you know? I like Superman. Superman is the icon for like just good, you know? But anyways, all right.
I gotta go eat yours.
Is there any,
Yeah.
mind interrupting?
No.
Yes, get out.
All
All right, guys.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, we're playing Pathfinder. I was gonna offer for you to jump in earlier, but you went over. You were talking to Carl, so I figured I wouldn't interrupt you guys.
You know me, I know we come here to
Yeah.
those two.
Cool.
Alright, so my turn.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to. I'm assuming all stealth is blown, so I'm going to move. Let's see, so 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna move here so I can get an angle on the Kobold in front of Cora, and I'm going to use my last 2 actions to cast telekinetic projectile.
You're gonna TP. Just call it TP. Just TP him. TP him. All right, go for it.
We rolled a 17.
Okay, you just hit him,
Okay. For 8 points damage.
and he literally has exactly 8 HP, so he's dead. His skull dimples in again. One of his eyes goes straight back through his brain.
I love it. It's like I'm shooting a little finger gun at him.
You know what you're really shooting at him?
Huh?
Love gun.
Love gun. I
Love
it so much,
gun!
Like I wink at him and his brain explodes from the love I give him, you know?
Love gun.
We all do love good ones.
Yeah.
All right, homies. So,
And he's dead.
yes, and there's
Okay.
one more kobold around the corner for you guys.
But we're not in combat at the moment. Right?
You are
Does he
because you
know?
are aware of the kobold around the corner.
Yes.
But is he aware of us?
Yes, because
Okay.
because
He made
of the-
noises back to
Yes.
That's the right kind of questions to ask.
Doesn't always happen that way.
That's a good question.
But I'm thankful when those show up in my brain.
All right, so it is your turn.
Okay. All right. So I am going to use my action to move.
Action to move.
Actually, I
Got
will
to stretch for 250. Oh, Daniel Culp won. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, oh, oh. Good stretch. Boom. Stretch.
Yeah, but
If you guys are just here from TikTok, head over to twitch.com, Dice and Dragons TV. You can see the map that we have back here, see the players better, and watch our game.
I would figure you would advance.
So the reason why I haven't shifted the kobolds around is because when I set all of these kobolds up, I forgot to number them. So when I open up all my layers, I don't know which one is, and I don't want to waste any time. Yeah, I don't want to waste any time. I could go back and move each one and see which one is which and move, but I'm like, no, they're kobolds. So you guys are gonna come around and be like, hey, and they're gonna be like, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a bad idea, so, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move.
Now playing games. Awesome. Welcome in. I'm glad that you're here. You guys are so cool. Thanks for hanging out with us over on Twitch.
So, I went ahead and I moved, and then I'm going to attack. Are you listening to me? Okay, and then I'm going to slice him with my.
Okay, go ahead and roll for attack.
Lizard dog, yeah.
She's like every kind of like mythos.
18. Oh, wait, no. So, what do I, is there 18 and then? Okay, awesome. 22.
22. That definitely hits. And roll for damage. Oh, that's awesome. No Kathos.
4.
4.
5.
So 5 points of damage.
Yes.
You chop his left arm off. Slice it. However, and that is his spear holding arm. You have one more attack, but it will be at a -5 if you want to try and kill him. Remember, you have 3 actions. You can do 3 attacks. It's just the second time you attack,
I
and
took 2
then
of my actions.
1 to attack.
Yes.
Oh well, then you're over. You're gonna die. All right.
I mean, I'll take an extra one if you want to give it to me.
The kobold reaches at you with his claws and swipes at you, but you just dodge out of the way. Oh, come on. No! Why? Where did you go? Yeah, I definitely need... Give me just a second. This is why dice trays are important. Ugh. Okay, give me a second. I'm grabbing a freaking dice tray over here. Garbage. I got a dice tray, okay? Now, Kathos, I was just saying that. Friggin' jerk you are. Time for a dice tray. Your time for a dice tray. Ooh, the dice tray helped. That was a 19. He definitely, so he swipes at you and misses and sweeps your legs with his thick, leathery tail. Go ahead and roll for dexterity to save yourself from being knocked prone. You have to say it loud enough for people to hear it.
12.
Because I need to be able to hear it.
Okay. 12.
Awesome.
Above a 10.
Yeah, but you failed. He rolled 19 on sweeping you. So you literally, his tail swipes you, and you fall. You sweep back and keel over on your back. Your head smacks against the pavement, and you take 2 points of damage. Thick, leathery tail. That's right. So you take 2 points of damage. All right. And now it's... Oh, and he has not moved. He's going to try one more attack, but it'll be at a -10. What is your AC?
16.
Oh, but you are prone. Let me look up what prone does in this real quick, because that's actually a good question. I want to know what negatives it confers.
Yeah, you can move, but you can't eat.
Okay.
And you just kind of goes through it. You just shut it.
621.
Push me forward with you. You know what I mean? So I don't have to use any of my moves. I am a half.
Okay, you're lying on the ground. You are flat-footed and take a -2 circumstance penalty on attack rolls. Take cover while prone, hunker down, cover, blah, blah, blah. You'll be knocked prone while you're climbing a flank. So,
There are a lot of rules, and it's really.
okay, so what is your AC?
16.
Okay, so it would be a 14, because you're flat-footed. But it's still a miss. Okay, it's your turn. Your turn.
Yes. So first.
Y'all ready for Baldur's Gate on Friday? Oh yes. Still haven't opened pre-orders. Yeah, we're doing a lot of pre-orders here. It's really good. Really, really good. Yeah, we're ready for it.
Actually, let me move. So I've got 20. So it's 4 squares to move.
Mhm.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but
Yes.
my crossbow is not reloaded yet, and I take 2
Baldur's Gate is the new set from Magic the Gathering.
So what can I
Which
do
I
right
am
here?
so excited about.
You could move up to him to be able to attack next turn with your axe or whatever. I guess you're
Can
gonna.
I like taunt him?
Yeah, you could try to
Okay, I'm gonna yell at him.
use an intimidation check.
Well, just to distract him from Cora, who's flat on her back. Intimidation. Where is that?
Oh,
Is it 2?
yeah,
Remember one? And that is a 9 to 11.
11. See if he responds to it. 6. Yeah, you holler something, and he actually turns and draws his focus on you. All right, Mr. Jake, it's your turn.
Right, I'm gonna move 5. Clear sight. Love gun again. Here we go.
Love gun.
That is a 20 to hit,
Okay,
and then
roll tide.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage, clinches it. He is dead. Again, you see like a invisible force on its neck just crunch it, and it falls to the ground. He is zapped. All right, give me just a second. Where you guys are at.
Oh,
That one's got magic.
Are we still in combat?
You are, because as soon as you look up, you can see 2 other creatures that are looking off in the distance at you that are now creaching and crackling. One of them has this like lightning staff and looks like he is currently getting ready to cast a spell.
Nice.
Whoa.
Make some
I
adjustments.
didn't really realize what I was looking at until they changed. That's very cool.
Sorry.
It's just a TV. What a smart way to use TV.
if I were like once again, then to you guys would be.
Did you happen to notice this when we were looking at it?
Because it'll probably be bigger than this one. I'm gonna do that.
Was this your idea? Whose idea was this?
Mr. Bailey's.
Because this is like a. This is one of those like. Using what you got to make something cool.
Yeah.
That's what
Yes,
this
so
is.
we had a smaller one, and he built out like just a super dope box for it, and it had like candles on it and stuff, and you could pop it on and off, you know. But the cat knocked it over and busted the screen
That's how it goes.
and so, but this one is bigger and, you know, like it looks, when it's up on that screen, it looks better and, you know, more people can sit around it and, you know.
I would have never thought about using a TV like this.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with this.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So
Do you
such
have
a
a
so
fire stick in it, or how are you slinging it?
AirPlay.
Oh, this TV has AirPlay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to buy a TV with AirPlay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
You've entered the dungeon room. Flash a picture of the boss.
I wonder if like what's that? Is it Roll20? Is that the website that you can
Mhm.
play on?
Yeah.
I wonder if it has a mobile app so you could play it like that. But I know that costs money as a DM, but
That might be the interesting.
I've never done Roll20. I've gotten on and messed around with it, but it's
It's
a
kinda
long
complicated.
ways.
Yeah.
It's a long ways away. But it's also pretty amazing that it exists. And, you know, I mean, the Nintendo was a long ways away from where VR is at now. So, like, PlayStation 1 was a long ways away from PlayStation 5. So
There's
eventually
some
there'll be
new
good stuff.
3D ones you can get off of Steam that I have only seen the trailers for, and like it's not just like you loading in images and maps. The DM actually gets to 3D build, and you can like swivel the camera, and like you have like Demio, the thing in the VR you're talking about. Just imagine Demio, but you have full control as the DM. But it's like a $60.
Nobody asked, Jake.
Well, I'm excited to see what technology brings to these games. Because like once VR starts getting really powerful, could you imagine playing like a game of Magic where you summon a card and like
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see AR.
You've seen people do D&D in VR chat. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
VR chat D&D will be really cool.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, that'll be
And
awesome.
like the best part about D&D is the only thing you need to bring is your mind. So like I've done D&D campaigns over Skype. You know.
The
So I
visual
feel like
aid does help me a lot.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's necessary. I mean, it helps. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
It's
So,
true. Yeah.
VR
Yeah.
builds that bridge, but also still gives you that visual aid.
But at that point, it's not really tabletop anymore. You know what I mean?
True, but the heart of the game is still there.
It's true.
It
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. All right.
It's not a bunch of nerds coming together and imagining things.
Okay, so, you killed, right?
Yes.
Now your turn.
All right. And so the next dude is over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to take my turn to move. So,
Hold on. I know you took your own.
okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, when I get here, will I move, Alex? When I get here, will I move at half speed because it's over water?
Actually, no. You would have to jump because that is the water is probably about 6 feet below.
Oh.
See the steps that go down into it?
Oh, yeah, these right here.
Yes.
But I can move through here.
Huh?
I can move through here.
You would have to, you can move down there, but then you would be 6 feet below and you'd have to climb up
Okay.
to the ledge. Posture check. Yeah. Let's move my posture pillow up. Oh, yeah.
What were you thinking?
Thanks for the posture check. Appreciate it, Dark Blade. Reading into the next character that they have to fight.
You're talking about almost 65 feet for him. So his spell is he's going to have to move into range, and then they have to move this, and we can see if we can loot anything anything while they're coming to us, I don't know, to be useful in the battle, or we can.
I think I might actually want to try to jump,
Okay.
because that might be fun.
Fun?
What is good reason?
Yeah.
Fun is good.
All right, so I'm going to take my first action to move 20 feet,
Okay.
and
Five.
give me just oh yes. So I moved 20 feet, and then I am going to attempt to jump across. Do I need to roll something for that?
Give me just a second. Just a second. Oh, there we go. What's the difference between this and this? Ah, okay.
I found a nice DC chart if you want it. Jeez.
Doing math real quick. Give me a second.
He is mathing.
Yeah.
It's a shame how much.
Like, man.
Apparently,
I'm not there.
Sure, yeah.
Sorry.
That's funny.
There's so
If I go at an angle though,
It's only
it's
5
5 foot. Yeah.
I don't think you have to just failures, auto failures are the one. I think it's only failures if you roll 10 under critical failure if you roll 10. So if he says it at 10, there's no way for it to get your next year.
I
Yeah.
Did you run an ad or? Oh, okay. I'm just
Here. Oh, I know.
it's not great, but it's not like it's like really but no, it's just like
I
something
get the, it's like some kind of baby pasta.
What was this?
And well, I usually get like that, some kind of steak or
Yeah.
chicken fingers.
By the way, I don't know if I told you this. I put in my application for the colony management.
Awesome. That is super.
Also non-moving.
Huh.
Which is so
Wow.
That's where I live. Which restaurant?
Cherish.
So you start working at,
Cherish.
And you would just.
I don't know. I've never heard of it. I mean, it's in
Audio books.
yes, big time. Also music. And I mean, the money's in.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
No. 7.
What's your next year?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, that was what you did?
My dex is +1.
Slowness to
Are you taller than 6 feet? Are
Huh?
you taller than 6 feet?
it's a big old lizard. So yeah, come over there.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay. So here's what happens. You run, and you go to jump over, and as you run, the kobold mage sees you running towards it, hisses, and comes running at the same time down the stairs. You run, and as you leap over the edge with your sword, he goes like this, and a vine comes down from the wall and nooses you around the neck, and you choke. It doesn't snap your neck, but it is wrenching around your throat, and you are now dangling over the precipice that is there and struggling. You drop your sword, and like out of like panic, it falls down into the water beneath you, and you are desperately grabbing onto the vine however you can to grasp for air.
I don't think you Pathfinder is critical.
There are.
I mean, but it's if you not like a 1, it's like if you're 10 under, right?
Yeah, so in this game, what your check is, if you're 10 over or 10 under, it's a critical failure. So you did not have a critical failure. He just used a Tanglefoot spell in a very creative way. Instead of grabbing your legs, he grabbed your throat. So he was able to do that successfully. So now you guys are in a spot where you see your friend lynched and swinging from a vine, and you realize that you have entered into a boss fight. Definitely entered into a boss fight. Okay.
So I have a question. Is the vine operating on its own, or if we attack the kobold, would that distract us enough to?
I don't think it's a concentration spell, is it? So like, your jitters.
You can hear 2 other kobolds screeching and running up the steps towards where you guys are at. You can see number 2 and 3 at the top there. I did take the time now to number them so that I can actually move them. So you guys, as you see your friend leashed up, you can hear 2 kobolds splashing through the water and clomping up the steps behind you with aggressive prejudice.
You use such a good adjective.
So what I was asking.
Well, they're angry because you guys aren't wearing masks, so.
If I attack the kobold that is strangling Cora over there, will that release the spell, or is it
Do what?
If I attack the kobold that uses the spell on Cora, will that release the spell, or is it operating on its own?
I think what you mean to say is, I wonder if I attack this thing.
So I don't know. I don't know how the Tanglefoot spell. So it's like something he's concentrating on.
There's only one way to learn, and that's engage with it, do things, figure it out. Or if you have the Tanglefoot spell as a character, then I would give you that information.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have the Tanglefoot? So.
Oh, and Cora, you're taking 1 point damage
Okay.
per turn.
It's up to you. I'm not. We're in the heat of battle. I'm more out of character. I've been doing too much, right?
I don't know what's allowed.
Yeah. So I mean, anything like if me making a decision out of character would be kind of like metagaming to help the game. We kind of want to role play. I've been doing too much personally for liking. So I'm gonna leave it to you.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to be like a rules guy and everything.
Gotcha. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is reload with my crossbow ace.
I wouldn't say that would be allowed in combat.
Right in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
There's differences out of game and in game conversations, and it really matters because look at it like screen looking in a video game.
Sure.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if he were in a different chamber and he saw something, even though everybody at the table heard it, they don't know it because in game they're in a different part of the map.
Difference between player knowledge and character.
That's right. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pausing.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're just
But
good
I
with
mean,
this.
aren't terms the equivalent of like 10 seconds? So like if I was a DM and I was communicating, I feel like that would use up one of your actions. So if he wants to ask, what do you want me to do?
That's fair.
That in my
As
mind,
you guys are learning,
yeah.
I give grace for that, and slowly the train wheels come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's up to you. You can ask what you want to do.
No,
Sports spoiler, what's up? It's hard to get on D&D. I've never played. Oh yeah, for sure. It's part of the reason that we stream it is so that people can learn how to play, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
If it's a back and
using my
forth,
crossbow ace to reload first of all, and I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna shoot.
how long's the range?
Well, I have 120 feet.
I didn't think it was
120 feet.
4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 5 apiece. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
10 would be.
Yes.
So, crossbow ace, with a crossbow you separate or interact. You can +2 circumstance bonus the damage roll of your next strike, and increase the damage die to a weapon as well. So, first I rolled a 20 to see my hit. Is that right? Okay. So, 3. That's nice.
And what are you doing? Shooting him or shooting what?
Shooting the blue.
Okay.
3 plus 1.
Whatever the thing is.
No, it's just like film. Some commercials take 30 seconds. Some TV shows take 30 minutes. Some movies take 3 hours. So whenever you sit down to play, you're telling a story, and that means that the game can take as long as you want it to. It can take an hour or two. It can take months. Some people have played games for years, but usually when you sit down to play a session, it's probably about 2 to 3 hours. It can be more. It can be 4 or 5. Some people have played like 8-hour games because they're really into it and they're having fun. But I would say here at the shop we usually keep it to about 2 to 3 hours. Like it's 10:51 right now, which means we're in a boss fight and we're going to end up resolving it after this fight.
10
So we'll be done 11:30, something like that.
That's what.
So, I probably.
So you roll.
So I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9 to hit.
Yes.
It misses, widely misses.
But is it a critical failure? So for one.
What did you say? You rolled a 9?
Yeah.
No, it's not a critical failure.
Okay. So I miss. Okay.
One of the things that you might do for next roll is just get good.
You ever considered that?
Yeah. I'll work on it.
You're like, great, thanks so much, thanks.
Have you
I
considered
did that to Adam the other day. He was playing Elden Rings and he had died, and I was like, dude, it's much easier to get through this game. They've actually charted out maps with like bosses and stuff, but it makes it easier to get the game if you get good. He's just like, I hate you, get out of here. What's up, beautiful? How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you? Good. Good.
Can I buy this too?
Yes. Where do you want to get Jim? What do you do, buddy?
Okay. So I'm just gonna turn around. And
Turn around.
I'm gonna roll to attack this guy in front of me with my dagger.
Okay. We'll do it. Stab him in the face with your face stabber. Oh, Chubblegum, thank you so much for the present. 37 of that's amazing. Super generous of you guys. Did you just refer to a dagger as a people opener? Today's game fuel is hot tamales. Hot tamales are amazing.
For an 18 to hit.
And wild berry Skittles. An 18 to hit is a hit, yes.
Good job.
8 points of damage.
Oh, and 8 is the magic number.
Alright, and then I'll use my second action to advance to the next one with the move, and then I will roll with another dagger strike at plus or -5.
Yes.
Okay.
Put a trash can. It's in the back.
Oh, it's all the way in the back. We have to pull it forward.
For 20.
20 hits.
Okay, and then another. I'm about to just pull off dice. This is not as efficient as it should be. For 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay. Awesome, awesome. All right, Cora, it's your turn. I'll give you just a second to take care of him and go grab the trash and then pull it forward. Yeah, we got Cora back there, so we can.
Yeah, you okay? You making it? I think this is what you needed is your pacifier. Yeah, are you telling me about it? Okay. No. Out of words. Yoink. Okay, I'm picking up. All right.
Trash can. Right.
So Megan just landed in the cart
Awesome.
So they have one city called Jakarta. When I went to the other side of the island, side of Tennessee, the other side of the island is a city called Jakarta.
Wow.
So Jakarta and Jakarta. It's like, why they're so close to the.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Well,
that
they
would
end
be
up
so
calling it
confusing.
So like York and New York.
Something like that, yeah. But it's in the same, it's like in the same island area. But this island is the size of Tennessee and has like 100 million people. It's like a third of the US, well, 30% of the US population lives in Tennessee.
Well, that would explain a lot.
And then the city of Jakarta
All right, what are you doing?
20 million.
I'm looking.
You can attempt to escape,
Okay, I will attempt to escape.
and is escape on your skill sheet or? Let me see. No, it's not. Let me read how escape works real quick.
Kind of like, it is
Yeah.
it is.
7 million, 10 million people. But then they just 20 million.
Let's check if he's got spells DC.
So you used an unarmed attack modifier against DC of the effect. This is typically an athletics DC of a creature grabbing you, thievery DC of a creature who tied you up, or spell DC for a spell effect, which it is, yeah. No. You're using an unarmed strike. So your character's unarmed strike will be will just be your strength modifier.
Not doing so hot.
It is just barely a critical fail. You black out. How much HP do you have?
18.
You take 9 points of damage. You are suffocated. You black out. If they do not get you out of this, you will be dying soon. All right.
No pressure, guys.
So it is now my turn. He uses his staff that is glowing blue with this like crystal or some sort of gem that is like floating in the staff itself, and it aims it at you as 3 magic missiles come cascading across to hit you. Give me a second. You can roll. No, they just hit. They're like heat-seeking missiles. Okay. Okay, 2. So you are taking 12 points of force damage.
What do I take it off with?
What's your HP? Your hit points.
20.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
You still got 2 more people.
Oh,
You still got
it's
2
a
more
going.
people.
The one by the boss is kind of hanging back and watching this blue kobold mage do his work, not getting in the way of it. The other one next to you has his spear, shoves it at you, you parry the block, and he wheels it around and swings it in this awesome bow staff and tries to bring it down, and you swipe up, and you are able to. Do you have a weapon of some sort? Yeah. You swipe up and cut the head off of the spear to the point where he's now holding like a half shaft.
Okay.
And it is now your turn.
Can I throw my hatchet? Is that
Mm-hmm.
okay?
However, with magic users, yeah, you can do whatever it is you want. Yeah. But magic users aren't usually that tanky. So even though he's a boss, it looks like he's not wearing a lot of
Can I
armor.
throw my hatchet at the vine that's closest to me?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what would the modifier be for that time?
You would just be attacking. You would just be throwing it together.
Okay. So when I'm on that, throw the hatchet. At the vine.
Mm-hmm.
I roll a 20. 12. And that's plus
Whatever your hatchet modifier is. So
6.
6. You throw it and it hits and it cuts into the vine. Not enough to slice through it. It kind of hits and like bounces off of it. But the weight of Cora on it causes any fray in the vine to just rip and pull apart. She falls 6 feet into the water. Luckily, she does not take any damage because the water breaks her fall and also sort of revives her and wakes her up. However, roll Constitution. If the baby cries, you take damage.
He was about to pass out. Oh.
Heckgummit, I cannot win today. 3.
Okay. So your gasp of waking air is water, and you are going to lose your next turn by choking and hacking and standing up and trying to get reestablished. You're doing a lot of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez, babe, I can roll play for myself. Stop trying to take over. Oh my god.
Was that one move on my part? Or one action?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually gonna reload my crossbow.
What's up, Zodko? How are you doing? Oh, thanks for sharing the live. That's awesome. You guys, we got over 4,000 likes. That's amazing. Thank you so much. You can get a better view of the game if you go to twitch.tv Dice and Dragons TV. You'll get to see the map, the players, and hear the audio and everything else much clearer. What is it they're doing?
I reloaded.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to hit the cobalt right in front of me again with the dagger.
Okay.
$17.
That hit.
Okay. Eight points of damage.
Yep, that does it.
Okay. Then, as he's trying to be Kung Fu Panda over here, I stab him in the face with the dagger, turn around, and I'm gonna make a full sprint towards the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and I'm gonna attempt to jump across the bridge with the rest of my movement. Or do I need to stop here and jump next time?
You can do it. You can jump.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. an athletics check.
Can I roll acrobatic because I'm a more dexterous person, or does it need to be athletic?
Athletic.
That one.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Have you ever seen one of those fail videos
Nah. Yeah.
where the guy is trying to run and jump over the swimming pool and just clips the edge of the pool? Oh man.
I can't say all.
And Cora is standing up
Oh no.
and trying to get her bearings and is coughing. The full weight of this halfling falls on her head, and both of you collapse into the water. You take 10 points of damage from hitting the ledge and falling down and landing on top of her. Cora takes 2 points of damage.
No more jumping. Remember the fish. Yes.
Yeah. Somebody might have a health potion, maybe.
Alright, well, at least you can't see us now.
Yep.
Did Grace just take off? No. Oh. They just left without saying goodbye. How rude. Absolutely not. Those children. No, I think they're yeah, I think Kelly that they didn't say bye.
Oh, wait.
So little Anthony.
So the one comes running and over to you and lands on the edge and is sitting there hissing at you with his spear. And he runs, hisses at you with his spear, and throws it straight at you. And you are actually successful at. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Is that a 20?
Yeah.
What's your dexterity modifier?
11 and 16.
Okay. So, no, you're looking at your dexterity whole. You want your modifier.
Oh, okay. 11 and 3.
Okay. You are able to duck out of the way of the spear, which means he currently has no weapons and is reaching for a dagger that he no longer has. You don't know where the dagger is, but he's sort of realizing he doesn't have his weapons available, and it is your turn.
Okay. Let me run that down. And I'm gonna go after him with a dwarven war axe.
So if I do
So I'm at natural 20.
Nat 20! You pull out your war axe, and you run up, and you just sleeve it, just right in two. Right in two. It's disgusting.
Okay. And then I took
You're gonna road trip out to the store one day? That'd be awesome. That's so cool. That's amazing.
Yes.
attack with my crossbow.
Yes. At -5. Just so -4 because of your thing. Yeah, your agile.
Guys, we're going to be giving away a $20 gift card to DiceandDragons.com because someone rolled a natural 20. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, head over to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV, and type 2020 in the chat. All right, so you guys are down. You are up. It looks like the awesome.
I've still got one more action left.
Great. It looks like the bad guy is now standing at the top of the stairs with his staff rating, and it looks like he's summoning some sort of spell that looks very time sensitive and is also very powerful.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually gonna attack him with my crossbow. Reload. So I don't think I get that. Reload faster.
No, Daniel Cup, since you won already, you are not eligible to jump in again. Guys, if you want to be a part of the giveaway, head over to twitch.tv, Dice and Dragons TV, and type 2020 in the chat.
Roll is 12.
12. You fire off a shot, and it goes over his shoulder. He was not hit. All right. So, yeah, Cora, it's your turn.
All right, go ahead and cast heal on myself.
Okay.
So,
And don't forget your weapon is in the water.
oh, I'm down in the water now, aren't I? And I can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But you have to pick it up.
I'm picking my weapon up.
Okay.
And I cast heal on myself. And 20!
Nat 20! Oh, you guys, awesome. Nat 20.
Yes.
You restore yourself all the way to full health.
Yes. Yes. Thanks, guys. Oh, and I still have one more. And then, for my second, I will.
England. That's awesome, Barden. That's crazy.
I will build Jake.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's just Pathfinder right here. Isn't there a modifier with that one?
I don't know. You'd have to know how your heal works.
Oh, well, I rolled a 12. Medicine. Haha, never mind. 19.
It's not medicine. It's your heal ability.
Oh.
Is it a spell?
Yeah, so it's a heal. They heal for 1d8 HP. Alright, roll a
Or do I roll?
Yeah, he can.
2 points.
2 points. All right, awesome. All right, Jake, it is now your turn.
Alright, I'm going to climb. And I guess that would be a whole action to get to the ledge there.
Yes, and it will be an athletics check to climb.
Okay? At the top, I'm going to see him doing what he's doing, because now I can see it. I'm going to TP him. I can't TP him. I want to move around the corner and attempt to hide and lose his perception.
Okay.
So roll 14.
It doesn't look like he noticed.
Okay. And that'll be the end of my turn.
takes the rest of his turn, and this blue ball of light that is coming off of the end of his staff that seems to be floating in the air, getting larger and seems to be emanating with more power. Your turn.
But I mean, if you get it with your crossbow, with your ability, you get +2 your damage and you're rolling your dice. So you could theoretically hit him for like 14 points of damage.
Let's see what we can do. I will reload first.
What did you roll?
Hold on. What's the other? It really doesn't matter. There's no one.
Yes.
Your crossbow jams up, which means it will need repair. It is no longer a viable weapon. We'll say that the string breaks on it or some other part of it jams up.
Yeah.
It'll just need repair when you get back.
That's how it works sometimes.
Alright. Cora's turn.
Well, that was one action on your part.
I had to reload first.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Alright, well, I am going to attempt to climb out myself. So,
An athletics check.
okay, 15.
Okay, you succeed.
And are there any more dudes left for me to go after?
Big bad boy.
The big bad.
He's got
It seems to be summoning a large spell.
So am I on the other side now?
Yeah.
Did I make it
Yep,
across?
you did.
Great. So I am going to move 25 feet.
Okay.
And is that one action, right? Okay.
You're on your second action right now.
Awesome. So then I am going to move for my second action.
That would be your third action. You climbed up.
Oh,
You
that
moved
was
forward.
my second. Okay. And then I'm going to put up my shield.
Okay.
Josh short.
All right, Jake, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna stealthily attack from around the corner to get the. I forget that's not how it works because he's not paying attention. Alright, here we go. Rolling through the TV.
7, 8, 7.
The toilet paper rolled back up. Right.
Give me just a second. Okay.
Okay.
And where are you at? How are you getting over there?
I'm just shooting from the corner.
Okay. Now one.
Spell doesn't activate.
Probably worse than that.
I've used my spirit bullets up for the day,
Probably
apparently.
you're shooting yourself.
So what is it that you use? Your telekinetic?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Bringing out the critical fumble deck. Critical fumble. Why did we draw that card?
Oh no. Don't like the sunset.
Well, I'm not very close.
How many points of damage do you do?
1d6 plus 2.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Yeah.
Cora, you have a migraine spike like you've never had, and you take 4 points of damage. Clado Verita Necktie. You critically hit your nearest ally.
That's all I don't know.
Yeah. What? I agree.
We agree.
Alright, I guess with the rest of my turn,
But it's slowly swirling this way.
I agree.
closer to place you run away.
2, 5.
I'm gonna move to this pillar over here.
Okay, and the spell that he has looks like it is getting larger, so you guys playing it safe may end up being your downfall, but that's up to you guys, because when casters are casting, they are hoping that they bide their time.
I mean, unless I can throw my dagger from where I was.
Zodko, the best play to get into D&D is the Essentials kit. Yeah. So when you get into D&D, when you don't know anyone that plays in your town, also you can look for people online. You can tune in on our games, which is really fun. Yeah.
What is the?
How do I get one of these places? Do I have to go all DYE? All right,
It
so
takes 2 actions to do it, so I can either. There's, I mean,
Because -1, that's 6. So,
the spell begins to intensify and intensify, and he begins to just fade and become more and more and more transparent. Yeah, that was like opacent, isn't it? That's correct. That's not it. Transparent, and then begins to like fizzle away. Are any of you magic users?
I am.
Okay.
I am too, I guess, in a way.
So there are ways to figure out what kind of magic this is.
Okay, so I will roll detect magic.
And you can immediately sense that this is an illusion. He is gone. When he moved back and began to do this transformative thing, he probably did a basic spell where he turned invincible and left an illusion of himself while he darted off. You guys have no idea where he is, but you are standing there now kind of wondering what's going on, and you don't know where he went to. After spending the next few minutes looking around the rest of the area for him, you end up finding that Area 9 over here, this area, is a tunnel that leads off a different direction, and there's a possibility that he came over here and bounced out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You guys have the option to loot the area and go back to the cathedral, loot the area and pursue him, or whatever else you guys can decide.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should loot the area and go back to the cathedral because we were supposed to be reporting on what we found.
We weren't actually supposed to engage. We were only supposed to report what we found. And
You find in Section 8 that some of the tombs have actually been disturbed, and it looks like pieces of the remains have been removed, which leads itself to necromancy. But kobolds are not usually proficient enough, which means if he was there and he took off, he probably works for someone. So you guys look through the area. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys have 4 areas that you loot. Give me 4 d20 rolls.
3.
Okay.
13,
Okay.
14,
Okay. Yep.
15.
Okay.
So was it, it's 4 damage and
You find a total of 45 gold pieces.
Did I find a hatchet?
Why you do?
You find an urn of dwarven remains. You find a painting of some sort that has been that's kind of almost like a tapestry. That some of these things were being hoarded from probably burial tombs. That is worth, or not, you have no idea, is worth about 11 gold pieces. It's a painting. You find a bouquet of flowers that have long since been dried. Really old, dried flowers. But they actually look decently cool. Somebody might want them decoratively. They're worth about, I would say, 17 silver pieces, which is basically about 2 gold pieces. And you find a silver ring with fleshy fingers attached. The silver ring, let's go ahead and find this. You guys find a silver ring. It looks like the ring was cut off of someone. And
I don't want to talk about it. Okay? I'm gonna attack someone at 5. Fortunately, if he was an atlas track, it doesn't count for the bounce costs. Spent.
This is for keyboard against cards. So those are playmats that people can buy for Magic or Discord. And then that's just what the works on it.
I was gonna say, you said 2 of them.
Whatever you said.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's getting this
You know
working
what?
today because he's like doing little push-ups.
Can I change one?
He's like,
What do you think that
It's like you're smothering me, Mom.
Stupid.
the pacifiers help her to keep herself.
Yeah, I know.
He's getting stronger. He's getting better at holding his head up.
was it correct?
We step over divine luck to kill the dragon, so
There we go.
Build the beast.
Or two. Don't look at that, sorry.
That very interesting topic of conversation.
The only creature you can kill is the
It was the first piece I painted, but I'm not very good at pieces.
this one?
No, the one with the dragon.
So you guys find what this is this is a ventriloquist's ring. This elegant copper ring has miniature images of songbirds engraved around its circumference. You gain a +1 item bonus to deception checks. If you activate it, interact, frequents 1 per day. Twist the ring around your finger allows you to magically throw your voice with the effect of a ventriloquism spell, DC 19. So it's worth 60 gold pieces right now, which is decent. But you can mark down, whoever's taking notes, that the ventriloquist ring is page 617 of the core rule book. If you need information. So yeah, you guys find a decent ring. You go back to Father Xantus. You report what you found, and he says that they will have to confer and decide what it is that they are going to do in the meantime. But now that the area is cleared out, they will send down a group of paladins and clerics to put the place back in order and to investigate it further. You guys head back to the Rusty Dragon, and you receive your second of 3 adventures that push you towards initiation. So we'll wrap it up there for tonight, which is really good. And yeah,
Didn't die.
for sure. We had 1,100 viewers tonight on TikTok Live, which is really fun. 1,100 viewers on TikTok Live, and yeah. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll be back next Saturday for a new